This is a surprise Saturday. We had a couple different topics that we kind of ran through this morning, and I'm curious to hear everybody's thoughts on it. Zach is at a golf outing today, so go wish him luck and let him know what score you think he's going to shoot. Maybe that's what we should comment below.
Yeah. I wonder, well, if they're doing if it's a golf outing, they're probably doing a scramble. So hopefully it's I don't know. Hopefully he's got, their group of foursome is dialed in today.
Yeah, foursome. Never forget learning what that was in real time. With
dude, wait, who were we with when you asked if you wanted to be in the foursome?
Dude, it was my Dublin mom, Doreen, and I was like,
that's right, it was Doreen.
Yeah. So a little backstory. I don't know anything about golf. I don't even know anything about mini golf. And it was one of the days I think me and Posh were gonna go to lunch, and Zach was talking about the foursome and the golf outing stuff, and he just kept saying foursome. So Doreen came in and was we were talking, and I was like, oh, do you want to be in our foursome? Do you want to be in my foursome? And she just looked at me I was like, no, I thought that's what it's called. And then I thought that I suggested a four-way sex thing, and I was like, oh my god, I felt horrible. Turns out it was indeed called a foursome, but I thought.
Oh yeah, you were right. It was just funny because I feel like it was me, you, and Zach in the room, and Doreen walks in. And you're like, no, do you want to be in our foursome?
Yeah.
And so context did not sound good.
Right. Well, and then I thought Zach was playing a trick on me. But no, dude, I had a lot that I wanted to talk about today because you and I talked a little bit beforehand. Can you remember an offseason that felt this loud, or is it because we are kind of in the zone?
I think part of it is that we're definitely in the zone. And then also what's going on down south is so funny because we haven't seen, it's almost like they're panicking a little bit. And I think that panic is setting in, and that's why it's louder than this offseason. That's why this offseason feels louder than off seasons previous, right? The pressure is starting to build down south there. And so we're getting these coaches kind of maybe saying shit that they probably shouldn't say, that's sparking these, heated debates. And I think that's what's leading to this loud offseason. Because up north, Ohio State's had a quiet offseason.
Dude, it's been so quiet. It's so unique. Ohio State's been really quiet. Michigan has had a new coach, and they've been really quiet, with exception
aside from Bryce
interview that Underwood gave us. But that was the first Underwood thing in a while. Lanning, for as loud as he's been, has been very, very quiet. Signetti,
defending champs. Yeah, you would think the defending champs would have some heat coming up their way, but it's really been quiet over there. Shit, even Penn State, new coach.
It's been really quiet. I mean, the people that we've heard from the most this offseason, it's been Sark, it's been Lane, it's been
Kirby.
Holding, it's been Kirby. It feels like a loud offseason down south, and I guess I'm not used to it, generally speaking. But let's get let's fire up the intro or whatever. And then let's talk about college athletics. Also, with Zach out today, we will honestly drive the show wherever you guys want us to drive it, because I am not tied to my show notes. Pat, we're 100
NBA playoffs. Are we doing NBA playoffs?
30 minutes NBA playoffs coming to you soon. We're 100 days away from college football.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's go, baby. The century mark.
Yeah, 100 days. Let's fire the show, and then let's get into it, big dog.
Yeah, let's punch it.
I really want to start off by saying thank you for tuning in. Whether it's out of support, out of hate, out of interest, or out of entertainment, we appreciate you taking the time to see what this is all about. Here I am, a former college football coach that was in some historically monumental programs. I have no desire ever to get back into coaching. That gives me the greatest gift in the world, freedom to say anything. It is... They need to level up.
I think we have some freaks in Menace Army.
I'm okay with that. Go watch the fucking film. But I appreciate you for riding with us, Menace Army. Menace out.
Menace Army! Let's get to the show!
Let's get to it. All right, so Ohio State's had a really quiet offseason. Do you think it's been quiet because a lot of people kind of, I guess all the questions are kind of known instead of super unknown, no quarterback battle.
Yeah,
no real running back battle.
Mm-hmm. I think part of the reason for the crickets, I guess, for Ohio State is that also we're only 2 years removed from a natty, right? If I feel like this offseason would have been louder had 2 years ago not happened, right? If Ohio State was still in the midst of a natty drought, all the questions about, all right, is Ryan Day cut out for? No, we know that those questions have been answered, right? Ryan Day finally beat Michigan last year. He won the natty 2 years ago. So those questions and concerns have been put to bed for the time being. And like you said, there's no real position group battles worth noting. So
No,
I
and
think
it's
that's
funny
the
'cause, like,
recipe.
we lost a ton on defense, but I think everybody knows like it's going to be Ali Agro and it's
Yeah.
going to be Peyton Pierce, and we're going to see some
Mhm.
TJ Alfred and Riley Pettijohn. Like we kind of know who's coming. I guess.
Yeah, Earl Little's going to replace Downs. We've got Jalen McClain back there. Like the pieces are kind of already set in stone.
Is there more or less pressure on this team than there were in previous teams?
I don't think so. I think last year
I asked more or less, and you said I don't think so.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I thought you said is there more pressure. There's less. I'm going to say there's less pressure. I think Ohio State, by winning the Natty 2 years ago, has kind of bought themselves some leeway for the next few years. So I think that I honestly think because of the roster that last year there was more pressure. I don't think there's as much pressure this year because we're losing so much on defense, because we really don't know who our wide receiver 2 is going to be. And although it's Jeremiah and probably Sayan's last year of these two together, there maybe should be some higher expectations, but I don't feel like it's that, there is that pressure that mounts the way that, like Texas with Arch.
Yeah, Texas offseason has been so loud, and that could be it. I mean, I think that I would agree with you. I think there's less pressure this year than there was last year. But at the same time, I think that the expectation is still top 5 expectation in the country.
I mean, it always is, and it always will be at Ohio State. But it's like the pressure, like Texas needs to make a Final Four, I think, for Sark to feel like his job is safe. I think that, honestly, Dan Lanning probably has more pressure this year. Like, he has to make
I don't think Sark needs to make one for his job to be safe, but I do think Ohio State can go into that game, and I very rarely feel like this if they're for Ohio State. This is one of the few times where Ohio State can go into that game against Texas with almost nothing to lose.
I wouldn't say nothing to lose, just because I would have said there would have been nothing to lose. Well, no, because the expectations were different. But this year, the schedule being what it is, I don't think it's a nothing to lose kind of game. Because if you lose that game, then all of a sudden, all right, we've got 4 more
Indiana,
tough games
Oregon,
on the schedule. Yeah, USC and Michigan, and we can only afford to lose maybe, even 2 of those. You're playing with fire. That's what Texas did last year. So,
I guess for me, it's like Ohio State and Ryan Day lose nothing optically if they lose that game. It's at Texas, is the best team that Sark has ever fielded on paper. They have one of the bigger budgets. Now, for me, I want the Big Ten to win everything. So that I'm going to be popping my shit beforehand and afterwards. But I mean, I think that SEC people should expect Sark to win this game is kind of what I'm trying to set up.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair. And I think that clearly the pressure is going to be on Sark, but also I think for our argument, doesn't Ohio State, for them to lose that game against SEC, that's something big to lose, right? Like that.
Yeah,
I guess whole Big Ten versus SEC
in my little war. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's just
it's more, dude. It's more than just your little war now. We're talking about national prominence, SEC versus Big Ten.
Dude, everyone. Okay, so is the war and maybe, because here's the thing, my algorithm and timeline is just pure SEC versus Big Ten, and I've leaned into it every single fucking day. I don't know if I am the number 1 torch carrier for this battle or if I'm the number 1 sword carrier. Obviously, I put a ton of weight into it, and I put a ton of work on my other channel about the kind of the war between the two. But I can't tell if I just have main character syndrome where I think I'm one of the loudest voices, or if I actually am, because I actually don't tweet a lot about it. I just talk about it on camera.
No, I mean, definitely you, I think, have spearheaded the conversation. But yeah, no, dude, it's reached national relevance. I mean, let's be real. The fact that you've got guys we have do you want to play the clip from Lane yesterday?
Yeah, did you grab it? I didn't grab it yet.
I grabbed it.
Yeah, let's play this. This is from what is it? Part of my take. Part of my take. Yeah, part of my interruption. Jeez, I fucking blended a bunch of shows together. Lane Kiffin. It's exhausting at this point, but it's say the line. You can go ahead and play it, and we'll talk about it.
All right, here we go.
Is the SEC dead, though? Because the Big Ten kind of whoops the SEC now.
It's fair.
Yeah, it is.
It's a fair statement.
It is.
Why do you think it's been so long since the SEC won a natty?
It's there's 4-years that have never seen an SEC win a natty.
My 4-year-old son, Chris, has actually he just thinks that the Big Ten is just the Big Ten. He doesn't even know about the SEC.
There's a lot into that. I think it's set up in a good way for the top heavy teams there right now. I think now, and it's going to get better. We're going to 9 games, and our bottom is harder than theirs. Okay, and our bottom stadiums, are harder than theirs. So we're going to beat each other up more, and they're going to sit up there and have 2-3 hard games a year, and so their top teams and our top teams, when they go to the playoffs, okay, they're in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff matters. It's why I've always been a proponent to stay at 8 games and let us make our own whoever we want to play in non-con. Don't tell us who we have to play.
Right.
And we would do the model of the last place I was just at. Look at we went 20-0 in non-conference regular season games at Ole Miss. 20-0. We didn't play any of them big openers. This place went in a 4-year span, lost 3 or 4 openers.
Yeah, they had played hard games at the openers.
So you play that's so great, whatever. Well, you don't get rewarded for it because it's not worth it enough in the strength. But also that schedule where half your games you don't have to get up for, it's a mental toll that you got to play when you're getting up for. Plus also, man, your good players are out by the fourth quarter. So your play count at the end of the year is less. One of the really good teams there rested a couple of their good players in games in conference games at the end of the year.
Dude, he's spinning on it, bro. Just pogo sticking. I don't know where you want to start. He's hilarious. At some point, it's got to be exhausting, right?
It just, to me,
he accidentally undercut his own argument on accident.
Yes, but he did it a couple times.
Yeah.
I guess the part I want to start with was I love the fact that he flaunts the fact that Ole Miss didn't schedule anyone non-conference when he was there, and we went 20-0 in non-conference games. Who gives a fuck? Because you played nobody. That's not a flex, dude. That's not a flex. Congrats for beating, St. Vincent, St. Mary's. What do you mean?
First of all, he took a sneak diss at Ohio State because Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith missed a game because they were both dealing with lower leg injuries, and there was a very clear and obvious limp that Jeremiah Smith had, and they made it seem like they sat the full end of the year. They missed 1 week against Rutgers. Guess what? You could have missed. You could have Kevin Lacey sit down against Mississippi State. Nobody would have gave a fuck.
Yeah, literally.
And then they did play against Michigan, but they didn't have to, but they did. My thing is that you can't say. All right, here 2 things. So I'm going to start off with the new argument. I would like Big Ten people to start parroting, to start saying out loud, because everyone shied away from saying it out loud. Lane Kiffin, Kirby Smart, John Sumrall, these guys all say, well, our lower teams give our top teams a good run for their money. And the top teams in the Big Ten beat up on the low teams in the Big Ten. The response is, because I see people love to live in hypothetical, is, well, just so you know, the top Big Ten teams would also beat the shit out of the bottom SEC teams too.
Oh, yeah.
Because our top Big Ten teams are beating the shit out of the top SEC teams.
Yeah. So, what difference does it make?
Yeah, it's they're saying, oh, well, Oregon, when Oregon plays Rutgers, they blow them out. Okay. Oregon also would have blown out Mississippi State.
Yeah.
What?
The whole bottom barrel of the conference thing makes no sense to me. And he did the same thing that Kirby Smart did in that interview we broke down a couple weeks ago. It's the stadiums that we play for why stop trying to hype up that playing Mississippi State is a tough environment. Yeah. That playing in Kentucky is a tough environment.
It's just lies. Here we go. This is for people, and I said this on my show today, actually. 3 of the top 6 stadiums in the world reside in the Big Ten. I'm not just talking about college or pro. I'm talking about in the world. 3 of the top 6 in any sport reside in the Big Ten.
Talking about capacity?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then in terms of loudness, 2 of the top 3 stadiums in America are Big Ten stadiums. Washington and Oregon are absurdly loud.
Yeah.
Louder than Neyland.
Dog, and it's and I know it always hasn't been the case, but at least in recent year, Wisconsin has been one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. We can just say it how it is. That environment at night, jump around, all right, you're going to tell me that Wisconsin's environment as a lower tier, they are a lower tier Big Ten team. You're telling me that that's not a good college football environment? You're out of your mind.
Literally, dude. And that's how, I mean, at some point, I'm going to run into somebody, but I'm going to do the thing. It's well, hey, like, well, Auburn's really tough to play at. It's like, well, would you let me say that about Wisconsin?
Yeah, or
Well,
Nebraska.
hey, South Carolina has NFL players. Well, would you let me say that about Rutgers? Well, hey, Mississippi State took so-and-so into overtime. Mississippi State lost by 40 points to a MAC team. Like that, like these things
the
don't
parallels,
compute.
dude. Maryland has played good game. Maryland's played Ohio State tough in the past.
Yeah.
Like it happens.
Like it fucking happens. And so my big thing is like, hey, just like note to everybody, like the top of the Big Ten is also beating the shit out of the bottom of the SEC. Period. But anyway, the other thing he said was that, like, he said SEC struggles at the end of the year because they beat each other up at like during the season. And then they can't beat the Big Ten at the end of the year. But then he goes on talking about scheduling, brings up the fact that LSU kept losing when they were scheduling big out of conference games.
Yeah.
Guys, the out of conference games that LSU was losing were to USC. So Lane Kiffin is saying we can't beat the Big Ten at the end of the year because we beat each other up during the year. But at the same time, we can't beat USC at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Also,
like,
Jay Money, KJ Duff, Strong, both NFL players. There's enough running backs that came from Rutgers. Like Rutgers has absolutely produced NFL players, and they've got
Pacheco.
Pacheco. They had an NFL receiving core last year. So, like, just want to float that out there, like NFL receiving core, and everyone wants to act like. And honestly, I'm not saying that Rutgers is good. I'm saying Rutgers and South Carolina both have like dangerous players.
Yeah.
So
just
as a quick point, they're just not the name brand. But anyway, yeah, dude, like LSU lost to USC.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year.
Yeah. And it's like, well, again, you can't have it both ways. Go if LSU, if they win those games, then you could talk about it. You lost to USC, you lost to a Big Ten team. So you're just you're just digging yourself, deeper into your own grave by saying,
it's like, I can't beat you at the beginning of the year because it's hard. I can't beat you at the end of the year because we're beat up. It's like, well, fuck, when can you beat us?
When can you beat us?
Like,
you want to play in the middle of the season? Like, fuck, I don't know.
But honestly, like, if you look at Lane's body language, dude, the way he like grabs his eyes, like you could tell he knew he was gonna get clowned. But I don't know where you're at with this. Is this one of the loudest off seasons you've seen from a coach?
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, it's been like a 3-week, time bomb for Lane Kiffin. It's just been one thing after another, talking about obviously the whole race relations stuff with Ole Miss and Oxford. Now diving into the Big Ten versus SEC debate, which I love the guys at PMT kind of pushing his buttons a little bit at the start, because that they were going to get him riled up with them being from Big Ten country. But no, Lane Kiffin's talking all this shit, and I know he put tried to pump the brakes a little bit. What was it, a couple of weeks ago? He said, this is going to be a multi-year process, right? This is going to be like, 2-3 years down the road.
2-3 years down the road.
Where it's like, no, dude, you keep talking all this shit. Fuck, you better be good this year.
Yeah, like you're not going to get that grace.
Dude, it's too loud.
Bucks by 50 with a great point. It was like, like Texas lost to Ohio State week 1. So, I mean, what's the excuse for that one?
We've seen it.
Yeah, what's the excuse for that one? And then William with a great point. The SEC, when they're on top of the sport, we win because our conference is so deep and we're battle tested. Also, the SEC, we lose in the playoffs now because our conference is so deep. Also, the whole thing about parity, dog, 5 teams have won the conference since 1977 in the SEC. Is that not crazy?
Crazy, dude. What, 6 Big Ten teams in the last 10 years? 7?
Yes.
7 Big Ten. Is it 7 now?
It's 7 in the last 11.
Yeah.
Because we got to go back to one or two more to get the Michigan State one.
No, that even happened.
No, that's 15. Yeah.
That's 15. Yeah. You had Ohio State in 14. So since 14, it's Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Oregon, Indiana. All right. So it is 6. Oh, if you go back to 2010, then you add in Wisconsin.
Okay. You get Wisconsin.
So it's 7 over the last 15 years.
Yeah. That's real, dude. That's real. I mean, it just honestly, it just blows my mind. It just blows my mind.
So it's like, how can you say the top of the conference? Because he says that in the beginning too. He's like, well, their top is very top heavy. How can it be top heavy if we've had more conference champions in the past 15 years than you guys have had, different conference champions in the past 15 years than you guys have had in the last 50?
In the last 50 years.
Talk about you guys are top heavy. It's
yeah.
the same 5 teams. You can make an argument that 2 of those teams have kind of fallen off, bro. Auburn's not very good anymore, and neither is Tennessee.
Dude, the Auburn discourse to me is like one of the more asinine things. And like I don't want to do it too much, but the reason I focus on Auburn is because like Auburn people feel like they're much closer than they are. And Big Ten people don't talk about Michigan State the way that Auburn people talk about Auburn. Or SEC people talk about Auburn.
I'll even go a step further. We don't talk about Nebraska the way that SEC fans talk about Auburn. And Nebraska has more of a storied history than Michigan State. Michigan State had the fun no-fly zone, like 4 or 5 years, window with D'Antonio.
Yeah. I guess I'm thinking about like
they're both relevant at the same time.
They're both relevant around the same time. And like the way that Auburn won was honestly like a very like Big Ten way to win. They won it without NFL players.
Yeah.
Like they had Cam Newton, but that was the only NFL player on their entire offense, and they had one NFL player on their entire defense. And yet sometimes they get remembered as a really talented team. And it's like, well, like we watched Michigan State win, probably honestly with more NFL players. They just didn't have the NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
But like we sit here and get acknowledged that while like Michigan's been down in the fucking dumps. Meanwhile, like people like Brooks Austin will tell me like, oh, you don't think Auburn's going to get it figured out here soon? It's like, well, I fucking hope so. I mean, they had to get a Big Ten coach to go give it a whirl. Yeah. But fuck, dude, it's been a long time. And even
think about it. Auburn hasn't been good since what? When was the Nick Marshall year? That was 2015. So yeah, in that same, because that was, you could argue that was the last time
was good. That's why I tie those two together.
Peak of the powers, but even still, in the last 10 years since then, we had the Mel Tucker year at Michigan State. We have not had a year close to the Mel Tucker year in Auburn.
And we still don't act like Michigan State is like a budding power.
No, that was they had a one-off year.
So maybe it's like media people like you and me that like have a higher expectation, and we want to see teams repeat it. Because like in the SEC, if you have one special year, they crown you.
Oh yeah. Whereas we don't crown Michigan State. We don't crown Nebraska. We don't crown Wisconsin, dude. You could have made an argument. Wisconsin's the same type of team, except they had a longer. It was probably a 10-year stretch where they were consistently fighting for the Big Ten title year in and year out.
Yeah, it's like fuck. Like I mean, I've heard people say that like Ole Miss is more nationally title relevant, like moving forward than like Washington. Well, it's like Washington has accomplished more than Ole Miss.
They just played for a Natty 3 years ago.
They played for a Natty. They made a 4-team and a 12-team.
Yeah.
And like the pushback I got was, well, their coach left for another job. And I was like, well, didn't Ole Miss's coach leave for another job?
Yeah.
And then the last point in this is, dude, Lane Kiffin hates Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
He hates Ohio State, dude. We took Igbinosun.
Took Quinshon.
We took Quinshon. We took Malone. And he hates Ohio. Like the comment about like the resting guys was just solely for Ohio State. Like he remember he retweets all these Ohio State articles. Like he hates Ohio State, bro.
Which is just funny because like last year, dude, I wish we rested our players more during the season, but we couldn't really because we didn't blow any of our teams out.
Literally didn't blow guys out. We played a lot. Yeah, whole deal.
So like to me, I was curious if he even meant Ohio State the first time I watched that clip because like fuck, dude, literally aside from the Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. For one game maybe it was 2 games for Carnell, 1 game for Jeremiah at the end of the year. Yeah, they were a little dinged up. Aside from that, we didn't rest our starters. I fucking wish we did.
No, I would, and that's why I want to blow teams out because I want to be able to rest the starters. But neither here nor there. At some point, do you worry that Lane Kiffin's media tour is going to be kind of a distraction? Because he's kind of got every eye on him impossible. It feels like he's doing the fucking most.
Yeah, I feel like it's not a distraction now because it's the off season. But holy shit, if this continues through August and into the season, bro, we know how the LSU media reacts to begin with, bro.
Dude, they called him. They literally, bro. I listened to a Louisiana radio show on ESPN. You know what they said?
What
they said? He is morphing into Nick Saban.
Brother, when did we ever hear Nick Saban talk like this during an offseason? Regardless, forget the fact that it's Lane's first year at a school. When did Nick Saban do this ever in his tenure?
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. But they legit think that they have baby Saban, dude. And honestly, like,
we know where baby Saban is.
I mean, I don't know where baby Saban is. Where is he?
Yes, you do. He's in Indiana.
I didn't know if he's in Indiana or Ohio State. I don't fucking know.
He's in Indiana.
I don't know who baby Saban is. And that's not even baby. That's OG Saban, dude.
Yeah,
it's like,
true.
Here we go. Here we go.
This
is a Star Wars nerd thing. If Nick Saban is Anakin, then Kurt Signetti's Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I mean, Saban turned dark side, and guess what? Sig cut him down. Not viewed as the chosen one, but that resume is crazy. But the confirmed kill list is crazy.
Kill list is off the charts, dude.
The kill list is off the charts.
Took down the big three last year. What do you mean? Bama, Miami, Ohio State.
I'm just saying, look, we could talk about Anakin Skywalker being the chosen one, but like, who's really about that action? Obi-Wan's about that action. Obi-Wan, no hypotheticals, just straight laser to torso.
Yeah, that's facts.
All right, dude. Commercial break me. We're gonna come back. On3 dropped a list of their top 10 players in college football. I'm gonna read it off, and I'm willing to discuss and debate.
Let's do it. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, Menace Army. Do you ever wake up after having a few drinks and don't feel like yourself? Don't feel great? That's how I feel, especially with bourbon and balls on the weekdays. You know, you wake up early, got to take your kids to school. You just feel off. And that's where the greatest thing I found. Shout out to Cheers Health. Their Restore After Alcohol aid is incredible. What it does is it helps you metabolize alcohol more efficiently and supports overall liver health. You take it after your last drink, and it helps you process alcohol overnight, right? It also, people think that you feel off the next morning because you're dehydrated. What happens is when alcohol leaves your system, your brain goes into rebound mode, which is what makes you feel bad. The DHM in Cheers works while you sleep to smooth out that rebound. It's backed by doctors, PhDs, and over 1,000 verified clinicians, and they've sold over 50 million doses. Take Cheers Restore after your last drink or before going to bed and wake up feeling at least 50% better than you would, or your money back. For a limited time, our listeners are getting 20% off their entire order by using code MENACE at cheershealth.com. Just head to cheershealth.com and use code MENACE for 20% off. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. Join Pat, Chris, and I, and jump on the call sheet train. This is predictions, markets. It's a live market where you're trading against your peers, other people. You don't have to beat Vegas. You just have to outsmart the idiots that are in this world. Like right now, the Cavs are at 4% to win it all. I'm not saying that's a great bet, but it's got great odds. $100 would pay out $2,500 if you believe in Cleveland. If it's believe land, turn your money into dollars. It also goes up and down. It's like the stock market. So it's at 4% now. Let them win a game. Let them win 2 games in this next series. That might jump up to 12%, and you can sell, triple your money right away. You got to check it out. It's 18 and over. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory. Because on Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probabilities changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code MENACE to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Set your fantasy baseball lineups. Game start at 1:10 today.
Oh, fuck. Good call. Actually, I think I might have done that this morning already.
If you're good to go, you're good to go. I got to check my my Kalshi portfolio right now. We're up. Okay, dude. So the positions that are going up slightly. So recently, which is weird, my Dante Moore position is gaining some traction.
Okay. What did you have him? Is that for Heisman?
Yeah. I'm looking for my Sorsby one, right? Didn't I drop a Sorsby one? Oh yeah, dude. So right now, I don't know if you saw this, but the judge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he's out, right?
Yeah, dude. So look, I got it at 42% that Sorsby would declare for the supplemental draft. I got it low because I got it right after news came out that his judge would be from the one from Texas Tech. He recused himself, and now that number has just eclipsed 60% that he's going to declare for it. I got in at the low part. We are up. I could actually sell right now.
So you can program it so that it sells once it reaches a certain threshold, right?
Yeah, I can do. I'm better at it on the app of my phone, but yes, you could do it. I've done that with a couple other things, but I don't have this one. I'm just gonna ride this thing out.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you might as well. There's no way he played. Now, the fact that his last hope was that judge just pulling some strings and being a Texas Tech guy. If he's not involved anymore, I don't see any scenario that he gets college eligibility. He's just got to go to the supplemental draft.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Honestly, dude, I don't think that's a bad move for him.
No, have we talked about this? How big do you think he is?
What is he, 6'1"?
He's 6'3".
Is he 6'3"?
And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing that we think he's smaller than that.
I think it's just.
Is it because he feels just like Baker?
Well, yeah, dude. He's like a little white with some mobility.
Yeah,
I mean, he also played at Cincy, so I don't know. It just it kind of looked like Baker to me. Yeah, I did not realize he's 6'3".
Yeah, so like at that size, you got to feel really good, like about like a quarterback upside.
Yeah. And again, you're getting out ahead of next year's quarterback class, which is going to be loaded.
Yeah, but you do have to give up a pick in next.
I think a team will absolutely do that.
Yeah, because like, what do you?
I mean, fuck, dude. Who do you think has a better outlook for an NFL career, Carson Beck or Brennan Sorsby?
Sorsby for sure. If you think he can stop gambling, like if you think he's cured.
And like Carson Beck was a 3rd-round pick, so to me, a team is gonna at a minimum 2nd-round pick, maybe a first, but I think
nobody's gonna supplement a 1-1 for him. They can't, but they'll supplement a 2.
Yeah, they'll supplement a
2, 3, 4. They'll have a bit off. All right, dude. This is On3's top 10 players. Number 10, Arch Manning.
Oh, here we go. I can throw it up here.
Oh, you have it. Number 10, Arch Manning. Number 9, Julian Sayin. Number 8, Sam Levet. Number 7, Cam Coleman. Number 6, Colin Simmons. Number 5, Malachi Toney. Number 4, Dylan Stewart. Number 3, Leonard Moore, which shout out Leonard Moore love.
Yeah.
Number 2, Dante Moore. And number 1, easy,
the chosen one.
Easy. The greatest, the chosen one. Actually the chosen one.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Smith. Thoughts on this list? Anything that you would change about it?
The first thing I want to address is I think that they've got that 8, 9, 10 spot is all out of whack. You're telling me that the second best quarterback in the country is Sam Levitt?
Yeah, dude. Sam's not up there for me.
No, dude. It's to me. First of all, no CJ Carr is disgusting. And then for real, first of all, put Julian and Arch ahead of Sam Levitt, and then drop Levitt off this list and put CJ Carr there. Now you could organize those 3 however you want. That's 8 through 10 in my opinion. Like,
am I fried for thinking that even Darian Mensah is better than Sam Levitt?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would put Mensah ahead of him too.
I think, and this is a projection. I think I would take Josh Hoover over Levet as well.
It's a projection. I also thought of him, but
that's just so much of me like pouring out for like what I believe in, and I believe in
Big 12 quarterback and Sig. So
yeah.
No, I agree. I think Hoover right now, I can understand leaving him off, but I think at the end of the year, I think Hoover's going to have a better year than Sam Levitt.
Also, dude, like Dylan Stewart's the second best player in the country, bro.
Yeah, no, that's true.
He's a freak show monster.
He is. I think that's what putting him at 4 is just team bias, right? Because South Carolina's been so bad and so underwhelming the last couple of years, whereas Oregon and Notre Dame have been more nationally relevant. I think that's the only reason why they put those 2 guys ahead of him. But you're right. Dylan Stewart probably deserves to be number 2. Thoughts on Malachi Toney being the second highest receiver?
Okay, I wanted to ask you about this, and I wanted this to be as respectful as possible. And I just want to say this. And I'm not going to bring up Charlie Becker. I'm going to keep it out of my conference because I know people are going to say I'm biased.
Okay.
But are we sure? Are we sure that this year Cam Coleman isn't going to be better than Malachi Toney? Or am I hating too much on Malachi Toney?
I'm of the same thought process as you, and maybe it's a little bit. Sure, call me butthurt after what happened in the playoffs, but also I don't know. I'm sick and tired of hearing the Jeremiah Smith, Malachi Toney comparisons. It's honestly made me think less of Malachi Toney. Like they're not in the same stratosphere. So like to me, I don't know. I think Cam Coleman. I think you can again, and this is kind of me projecting. Dog Ryan Williams. If Bama actually gets him, if Keelan Russell's a dude. Like we've seen flashes from Ryan Williams.
We have, and I guess like that's my pushback. Like my pushback is because like what if Malachi Toney regresses in year 2?
Yeah,
I think Cam Coleman, and here's the issue: Cam Coleman played it for a horrible Auburn team, horrible quarterback play, and there's so many videos of his misses. I'm okay with Toney being there. The issue is Charlie Becker's better than all of them except for Jeremiah.
I mean. We're gonna see it, unfold this year,
dude. I think it's the Beck show, dude. I think Becker and those big ass ears. I think he's got so much motion. And then here we go. I'm struggling. Like, if we're gonna have receivers up here, I think one of the Oregon grouping needed to be up there. But Cam Coleman's fun though.
They don't have the name brand that these other guys do.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I agree. I think they're both solid. So. No, aside from Toney, now again, I'm probably just being a hater, but Toney at 5 is fine. I don't think I have any other issues with this list. Those were the 3 that kind of jumped out to me.
Are you surprised that no running backs made the list?
I mean, who would you put? Kawan Lacey?
Kawan Lacey. I mean, I know like Ahmad Hardy got shot.
Yeah, I feel like he's disqualified right now. Mark Fletcher is the only other one. I don't know. No, I don't think.
I think Sam is it Levitt or Levitt?
I think it's Levitt, but I feel like I say both.
I think putting him on a top 10 list is disgusting.
It's criminal, dude. That was the first thing that jumped out to me. It's like, what the fuck is he doing here?
Yeah,
it's the soldiers meme where it's the one clown.
Yeah, bro. It's like, boy, we know that in a heartbeat, like we would take CJ Carr over him. Stop it.
Yeah.
Also, like, look, I know I'm hard on Julian. Julian is way better than Sam, bro.
Yes. First of all, Sam didn't even play a full season last year. So it's like, are we just going off of what he did 2 years ago at Arizona State? Like, okay, it was a cool year. But like Julian saying was absolutely better last year. Finished, 3rd in Heisman voting last year. So it's like Sam has never been invited to the Heisman ceremony. I don't know.
I like Sam. He's a Big Ten quarterback. Now, if he goes to the SEC and cuts it up, it's like, damn, like SEC got weaker defenses than the Big 12. So I don't know. I thought it was an interesting list, but here we go. Just get that list off screen. One of the things we get. Oh, my black is showing. One of the things we get during the offseason is like we got to meet like engagement quotas, and that's what that list is.
Yeah,
that list is like brilliant, like engagement quota getting. Like right now in the offseason, what we don't have right now are any updates. If someone is updating on your team, they're just lying to you or making something up right now. If someone is talking about like big changes that have happened, other than like tidbits you can get from internet, like or from interviews, they're lying to you. Nobody's practicing. I mean, guys are like quietly getting better, but that's kind of common everywhere.
Yeah, it's all just personal training and all that shit right now. So
yeah, so like right now, like this is the time of the year where you can really see like thoughtful content creators versus the non-thoughtfuls, because the non-thoughtfuls will like do lists where they like rage bait on purpose, say stuff that's controversial, and then get it out there.
Yeah,
I think that list and Sam being there. And here we go. What is the most hot button team, or who's the most mobilized fan base right now? It's LSU's fan base. So what you're going to see is if there's not a way to, because here we go. If LSU's not on, if Sam Levitt's not on this top 10, you're not really going to get a lot of LSU fans like freaking out. No one's going to freak out at LSU if someone says CJ Carr's better. But
yeah,
what this will do is other fan bases will get in there and be like, damn, why is Sam 8th? And then it'll get LSU fans to defend their guy.
And
so it's just perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect too because, like, again, the two quarterbacks that we said who should be on this list ahead of Sam are CJ Carr, but you already have Notre Dame representation on the list in Leonard Moore, and Darian Mensah, and you already have Miami representation with Malachi Toney. So again, it is brilliant. You're just trying to hit every fan base and trying to get a talking.
I mean, literally,
point
bro, Miami
with every
fans
fan
just be like, hey, like, shout out Malachi Toney, like Mally being 5. Hey, but y'all got Sam up there and not Darian Mensah. It's brilliant. Hey, shout out to Leonard Moore love, but y'all ain't got Carr there. You got Sam up there. And like even Ohio State and Texas fans.
In Texas,
you got Sam ahead of us. Like this is like brilliantly laid out. We call this, what do we call it? We call this player pressure. You got to understand your player pressure. You got to apply pressure to the algorithm.
Yeah, dude. Because even if he's at 10, it doesn't create the same engagement as putting him ahead of Julian and Arch and making him, again, the second best quarterback on this list.
That's player pressure right there. Old Miss fans looking at that like, wait, we got Trinidad. That's player pressure.
And I honestly didn't even think of him. I would put him ahead of Sam.
Saying that list is player pressure. That is how you get boatloads of engagement.
All right. I feel like you and Zach have been anti-Trinidad
this
offseason.
Absolutely.
I think he's going to hoop next year.
Permission to be honest?
I
think he's a moron. I think he's
maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. Because I love watching him.
Same, but I could watch a taller white version in Mason Heinstl.
All right. No, we're not going to do that.
I just did it.
Hold up. Let me pull up Mason Heinstle's stats from last year.
It's a true freshman.
I know. But Mason
had back by popular demand.
Mason had 8 picks and 16 touchdowns. Dude, Trinidad only threw 3 picks last year, which I think is mind-blowing to me.
That's because SEC defenses are ass.
I don't care, dude. That shit is crazy.
Mason was a true
and
freshman.
He wasn't even supposed to start last year. They really wanted
and Mason was supposed to start?
No, I know.
Mason beat out Alabama quarterback Eli Holstein for that.
Oh, fuck.
No, I fuck with Trinidad. I just think he's a moron.
Wait, where's Simmons at now? Why am I blanking?
He's at Missouri. He got named the starting quarterback.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. My thing about Ole Miss is that, like, I like Trinidad the player, and Trinidad is actually, like, a peak level Chris Drew quarterback. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know why you're not falling in love with him.
Because he should have been in the league, or he should have been at LSU.
I think he wants to. What I love about him is that he hates Lane Kiffin. Because remember, Lane was sneak dissing him all last year, basically. He was like, no,
great point.
He was like, we're not ready to name Trinidad the starter after he fucking hooped his ass the first couple games. And it just like that story died down where he wasn't even named the starter. It was just like, like we literally cannot bench this guy.
Right.
And so I think Trinidad like has some.
You want the Trinidad
for Lane
story.
Yeah, you want the Trinidad. Dude, that's what I want. That's what I really want.
That's fair. All right. Can we play the quarterback bucket game?
Okay, yeah.
All right. So, like, me and Pat talk about, like, quarterback buckets. I'm going to name a college quarterback. You give me what pro quarterback bucket he's in, okay?
Okay.
We'll start with
current, or just current quarterbacks, right?
Yeah, like current NFL quarterbacks or, like, NFL quarterbacks that people know.
Yeah.
Like, don't go back way too far.
No.
All right. So, the way it is, I'm gonna name a quarterback in college, and you tell me what pro bucket he's in.
Yeah.
Okay. Trinidad Chambliss.
I mean, it's kind of Jaden Daniels-y.
Okay, I have him in the Kyler Murray bucket.
I guess, yeah, because the height, maybe.
But the small run around.
I don't know, dude. He's a better passer than Kyler, though.
No, he's not.
Dude, he threw for 4,000 yards last year.
Kyler also threw for 4,000 yards in college.
Yeah, that was a different era. We both know that.
And he ran for 1,000.
I don't know. I think it's more Jaden, but I can.
Okay, all right, that's fine. All right. Okay. Ooh. Arch Manning. This is harder than I realized it would be.
Trevor Lawrence?
That's a great bucket.
Right?
That's good. That's good. Right. Trust it.
Yeah.
Dante Moore.
See,
that's my Jaden Daniels bucket.
All right, I see that, but I think Daniels is a little more mobile than because Dante, and I honestly made this mistake earlier this week when we were talking quarterbacks. I didn't realize how little Dante used his legs last year.
No, he used his legs to extend plays, not to create yards for himself.
That's where I think he's different than Jaden Daniels. That's why I put Trinidad with Jaden Daniels. I think they will use their yards to extend for themselves.
Well, then I guess is it the Bryce Young bucket?
Okay,
I'm asking. It's your game.
I just think honestly, I wish we could switch like the heights between because the height wise, Bryce Young and Trinidad.
Well, bucket is more to do with play style, not stature.
You're right. All right, so yeah, we'll go Bryce. Bryce Young works.
Okay, Julian Sane. Someone said Dak Prescott for the Dante Moore bucket.
Oh, I like that a lot. Let's do that. I like Dak. Okay, Julian.
I don't know. I'm struggling with the size thing too.
I know. Because I want to say all right, you can say like a Drew Brees or
you could say Drew. You could say Drew Brees.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I mean that's like kind of what comes to mind. I want to say Russell Wilson too, but he doesn't really use his legs the way Russ did.
Right. I think saying the Brees is like easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's the
bucket.
best I can do right now.
What other quarter? Oh, CJ Carr.
Oh. I think I'll probably go
Sam Darnold.
No, he's not as careless as Sam. Honestly, CJ Stroud.
Okay. And then I'm looking for what's funny? And I want to scrap.
Here we go. No, you know who Sam Darnold is? Josh Hoover.
Josh Hoover, Sam Darnold. That's a good bucket.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really, really good bucket. Who is there anybody that's in that Bo Nix class?
Darian Mensah?
Mensah could be in that because I remember thinking damn, Jackson Dart play is in that Bo Nix bucket.
Yeah, you just gotta. The problem is you gotta put race aside for some of these.
Yeah, you have to, bro. You have to. That's a fun game to play. It's fucking hard though. Let's get a commercial break, and then I want to come back and I want to talk SEC versus Big Ten, and then we got to talk about Ed Orgeron going back to Baton Rouge.
Yeah, the return, baby, Eddie O. All right, we'll be right back after this.
You know when you need something nice to wear? You're rushing out the door. You got to throw something on. It happens to me every time I want to go to the driving range or the golf course. I need something that looks professional, and I'm dressed like a bum. And that's where Mizzen & Main is my go-to. Mizzen & Main makes classic menswear with performance fabrics, so you can look sharp and feel great all day. And here's something real special. Mizzen & Main is a veteran-led organization. You guys know how I feel about the military. We honor the military every day here with the Menace Army and appreciate all the sacrifices that every veteran has made. And they're committed to supporting those who've served. They offer a year-round military discount and proudly give back to veteran organizations. Now is a great time to give them a try and support the troops and the veterans. Right now, Mizzen & Main is offering our listeners 20% off your first purchase at mizzenandmain.com. Promo code MENACE20. That's Mizzen, spelled M-I-Z-Z-E-N, and Main, M-A-I-N.com. Promo code MENACE20 for 20% off. Mizzenandmain.com, promo code MENACE20. And if you'd rather shop in person, you can find Mizzen & Main stores in select states. Menace Army, I don't know about you guys, but you got to have afterlife plans, especially if you have kids. It was really important to me after getting fired, losing everything, that once I got back up on my feet, I needed to get life insurance to make sure that when my time comes, my family's not in a financial burden. And that's where I found Ethos. Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy, 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. There's no medical exam. You just answer a few simple health questions. You get up to $3 million in coverage. That's what I got. And some policies are as low as $30 a month. You'll get your lowest rate from their network of trusted carriers, 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 4,000 reviews. It's the go-to. You need a portal to help you find it. Ethos is your go-to. Take 10 minutes to get covered today with life insurance through Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/menace. That's ETHOS.com/menace. Application times may vary. Rates may vary.
We're back.
Bang.
We have some visionaries, dude. Thoughts on Lane Kiffin hiring Ed Orgeron? He's going to be a special assistant to recruiting and the defense, and the school has announced it.
I don't know. I think this shit is kind of genius because, like, Edo is just a staple down there in the South.
Dude, he's
and
a
like
cultural icon.
Yeah, dude.
Like, he is an icon, a visionary.
And it's gonna help in recruiting because you got kids that grew up watching the Joe Burrow team, and know the lore of Eddie O. So I don't know. I think it's a great move. It's like, again, low risk, high reward kind of deal because I think he's gonna be great in recruiting, and I think it kind of, I don't know, just another good piece to have in that room. We talk about Ryan Day acquiring football acumen. Now, I don't think Eddie O is the same type of football acumen as like Matt Patricia or Chip Kelly and the likes of that. But again, he's been around. I think it's a great hire.
Me too. I also think it's a funny and very Lane Kiffin hire.
Yeah.
And again, like, we're talking about one of the loudest off seasons of all time. It just like continues to get louder and louder and louder. And also, like, I keep seeing that picture of Ed Orgeron and that blonde girl.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude. And then
I forgot about
have
that.
Lane Kiffin with like the other girls.
Yeah.
Hey. Is it like fuck? We got to come up with a term for it. Like a junior at LSU. They ask her what her New Year's resolution is, and it's like, I want to bang, Lane and Ed O, but like, we got to come up with a name for it. Like, I want to do a Holy O or something, right? Like a fuck. Like, I want to complete an EK. You want to complete a marathon. We got to come up with a name for it. I want to complete the blank. It's like a challenge.
Trying to like the like the Oli freshwater or something like that.
I want to complete a Laney oop. Yes, I want to complete a Laney oop this year.
A Laney oop. Okay, I can get behind that.
I want to complete a Laney oop. Right? That's like a big thing.
Yeah.
Look, I want to do a marathon this year. I want to lose 10 pounds this year. I want to complete my first ever Laney oop.
The Laney oop challenge.
Like, hey, look, some people do the 999, some people do the Laney oop.
Now, do you have to do that in the same night, or this is just like an ongoing?
No, during the same season.
Okay.
Right. Like, I completed a Laney oop, and it's like, well, I completed.
You think they're going to go out together?
No, that's the challenge.
Okay.
Like, all right, hey, like, Lane's at this spot, and Eddie O's at this spot. Gotta, the immaculate O.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's another one. Who gets hit with the "I slept with so and so first" next season? Do we get the "someone slept with Lane" rumor going first, or "someone slept with Eddie O" rumor?
Definitely
going first?
Lane.
Okay,
Lane first. Lane's like the fresh meat in town.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's meeting around, man.
Yeah.
Saying, who's gonna complete the first ever Laney oop, dude?
Dude, it's gonna be. I mean, we already know how thotty the SEC girls are.
Yeah,
or just any girl down south.
Here we go. If I slept with Lane at LSU and then I slept with Eddie or at Ole Miss, and then like a year went by and I do it with Ed O, is that a Laney oop, or does it have to be now that they're both at LSU?
Well, you just said it has to be this season, so
okay,
I feel like that wouldn't count then.
Hey, to the first girl that has a Laney oop with proof, let me know.
I was going to say, do we need what? A selfie with the two, with her and them? Okay. Yes.
I will pay a lot of money for the first interview, for the exclusive of the Laney oop.
The Laney oop.
I will. I'll pay a lot of money for that interview.
Oh, fuck.
From pocket watching to just meat watching. Lane Kiffin, pause. Lane Kiffin says that coaching in the NIL era is actually easier because LSU can just find players like in the NFL. I think with NIL and portal, there's a lot of problems that have been created. I don't think it's as challenging to get guys to do things because we're paying you. If you don't want to do it, fine. There's a fine system. Just like the NFL, it's actually easier.
I don't know if I agree with this.
I honestly, I think it's challenging for a different reason.
Well, also, hold on. What's your reason?
Well, it's like if I'm a kid in school and I struggle with art class, but I'm good at math, that doesn't mean that like math is harder for everybody than art is.
Mm-hmm.
Like certain guys, I think that aren't great at motivating as a football coach are good with motivating with money. And if you are someone who now doesn't have to worry about getting the right kid, you just got to get kids that are motivated by money. That money will motivate kids to do the right thing if that is your recruiting philosophy. So I think for Lane,
so you think that's that's Lane's recruiting philosophy?
Yeah, I think Lane goes to LSU. Why? Because we've got a bigger budget, we've got more access to talent, and I'm going to be able to recruit kids that are motivated by money. And if I have kids that are motivated by money, I don't have to get them to dig deep because they want to dig deep because they want that bank account to have all those zeros next to it. So it could be easier based on the kind of kids that Lane Kiffin recruits. But like some places, like if it's not kids that are just solely motivated by money and they want like a real connection, then this could be harder. Like based on structure.
Yeah. I also don't know, like we're talking about finding kids. When have we ever heard about players getting fined by schools?
Like Colorado was the only place I heard about it.
Yeah, Colorado had happened. But like
otherwise you hear about guys getting sued.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't remember any time in the last couple of years where a player's been like fined for his NIL money. I've never seen that before. So that's where I'm like, you're creating this hypothetical. I don't think actually exists. So
yeah,
in theory, it makes sense.
Unless it exists for him, I don't know what they're doing.
And maybe right, and maybe this is stuff that doesn't get announced publicly the way that NFL players getting fined. I did listen to a podcast. I think it was a Georgia guy or an SEC or a Bama guy, a player, talking about like we get fined for missing classes. Okay,
and I just glossed over it because I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I guess, and maybe it is as simple as that. Like, all right, you miss a class, you get fined X amount of dollars. And it's obviously that's not going to make the main headlines the way when NFL players get fined, everyone gets a fucking push notification from Adam Schefter about it. So
bingo. Well, because you have to, because that is like
that's their
information
policy
for the fans. Yeah. All right, dude. This was a very interesting thing that it actually just broke. Immaculate in the chat sent this over. UGA president Jeer Moorhead with some groundbreaking public comments in the state of college football to reporters after their athletic board meeting. If we don't get federal legislation, in my opinion, we're going to have to do this conference by conference because we can't allow the Wild West to continue any longer. I'm prepared next week in Destin to be ready to vote on creating an SEC mechanism, SEC rules that we have to do if Congress isn't going to act as they should. We cannot continue on this current path. We have waited months after months for Congress to act, and it has not occurred yet. This is the SEC telling everybody we're going to push the motherfucking red button and we're going to get the fuck up out of here.
Secede from the union.
Yes, oh my God.
This is crazy. We're seeing it in real time.
They're seceding from the union.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, but again,
or they're threatening.
This is all talk, dude. We see this all the time. They're not going to do shit.
This feels the most dramatic of their talk. Like this, I don't remember them. Like, here we go. Before, they would always tell us, hey, look, we have a red button. Okay, Immaculate's saying this is autonomy, not independence. But don't they already operate with some form of autonomy? I'm going to have to call him after the show.
Yeah,
I guess what's the difference between autonomy and independence? Because it's going to be a power struggle.
Yeah. I'm trying to read up on it now.
I mean, before, and I do think this is a red button issue because I do think like college sports should have conferences working together in some form or fashion.
Yeah, you have to.
I think you have to have it in some form or fashion.
Well, it's like when we talked about it the other week. It's like, what? Then you're going to go to I forget who said it, where it's like, we need to have an SEC champion as the true champion of college football.
Yeah.
Like that. It's like, well, you got to be the fuck for real. Like that'll never work. And again, in a sport that is owned by the Big Ten currently, all three of the last three national champions being from the Big Ten, like that's just, it's laughable when they do this shit.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, I think, it's funny they want Congress to step in, and that is about like other conferences kind of getting in line instead of like their own conference, like kind of doing the right things. Because like conference commissioners have a good enough power to like get things to go the right way.
Yeah, bro.
They want Congress to step in.
Yeah. And this is also coming off the heels of I'm just reading something about him talking about the NAACP yesterday with the whole athletes boycotting the SEC. I don't know if that's just in reaction to what all is going on this week with the SEC.
He commented on what did he say about the NAACP?
Hold on, I just closed it.
I just kicked over a water, bro. Got like water on my sock, bro. Worst feeling ever. Do I take the sock off, chat?
Oh, you have to. You can't.
Do I guess go one sock on? Guys, I haven't done a show without socks in probably like 3 years.
Wait, you don't walk around the house with no socks?
Absolutely not.
I guess it depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Well, if
do
I
you sleep with socks?
No. But if I do walk around my house with no socks on, I will go put socks on to do the show.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, back to culture ball. What do you say about the NAACP?
All right, fuck. Now the fucking article timed out on me, and I can't view it again. Basically, it was just him reacting to how ridiculous it was for them to call for the boycott to begin with. Basically saying that the SEC has done their part in the the last 20 years and making sure black athletes are empowered at these universities and stuff like that. But I clicked on it thinking it was about what you just said, but it was not. It was
well. This just broke like literally. This tweet was 11 minutes ago that I just read.
Okay,
so it's new, and it's funny because like all the SEC people are tap dancing on ESPN like all day, and to me it's like okay, like they're very scared right now. There's a lot of like fear going around.
Yeah.
Because they've all been tap dancing. But all right, let's get a commercial break, dude. Come back, hit a couple things, and then we'll keep it moving and grooving.
Sounds good. We'll be right back after this.
Have you dove in yet? I mean, have you tried it? It's literally a money back guarantee. If you return it, it's not what you want. You can return it. We'll give you your money back. I'm talking about the K3 Pro or the P6 Mini. I have both. They're both phenomenal. If you don't want to pay subscription services anymore, you don't want to pay for YouTube TV for $1 million. You don't want to pay for NFL Red Zone this fall. You want to get it all for free ski. Every show, every game, every movie ever made is on both boxes. MenaceToSports.com. Click on our storefront. Click on our shop. First 2 products. You buy it once, forget about it. You get everything. Every movie that's ever been made, you can watch it. Even ones that are in theaters. Every show, every channel, coast to coast, you name it. It's all on the box. And right now, promo code Menace gives you $25 off, or promo code MOREBOX for 2 or more. It gets you $100 off. Go over to MenaceToSports.com right now. Cut the cord. Quit paying all the Netflix and everything else. All you got to do is get that K3. Set it up. It's like the Cadillac of boxes. Sounds good to me. Go check it out. MenaceToSports.com. Go to the store. Buy one now. $25 off. Promo code Menace. All right, Menace Army. You know I've shared my health and wellness process and journey with you guys every step of the way. And I've been telling you about the peptides that I've been taking. We started our own peptide company, menacetofitness.co. Number 2, menacetofitness.co, where you can get any peptide you want. I've been talking about the BPC 157 and TB 500. It's a healing peptide that I've been on for a year and a half, and it's phenomenal. It helps not only with nicks and bruises and things that are going on with your body as you age, but also if you work out, it speeds up recovery. It's been incredible, and I just switched this week off of BPC 157 onto the CLO peptide. Research it, KLOW. Not only does it have BPC 157 and TB 500 in it, but it adds the copper peptide, GHKCU. It's a naturally occurring copper binding peptide that stimulates collagen production and supports skin and hair health and activates tissue remodeling. It's great for your skin, your hair. It's phenomenal. You glow when on it. Shout out the CLO peptide. And it also adds KPV, which I wanted to get on because it's an anti-inflammatory tripeptide that calms chronic inflammation, supports gut health, and promotes immune balance. It's really great for just how you feel day to day. The CLO peptide is my new kick, my new shtick. And we got it on the website. And every other one, trizepatide, retatrutide, you name it, we got it. And we even added M1. Ladies, you want to ditch the tanning bed? You want to ditch the spray tans? Just take you some M1 peptide. Have a natural tan from your skin's own melatonin. They're incredible. Just ask AI what you need. What should I be on? They'll tell you how to do it too. And we know where to buy them. menacetofitness.co. Go start your peptide journey, or if you're already on one, buy it from us. Ours are better.
We're back. I'm trying to catch up on a couple of things because I am generally curious kind of where the direction of this could go. I mean, like right now it's funny because like, so here, I don't really include this in the show notes, but if the SEC and the Big Ten cannot agree on what they want, they will stay at 12 teams for longer, just so you know.
Yeah.
It feels like that's where we're at because the SEC is refusing to go to 24 and the Big Ten's refusing to go to 16. And both of those teams, both of those conferences can acknowledge that they would rather stay at 12 than go to the thing that they dislike even more.
Well, it's funny because like if it stays at 12, they each get the same representation. If it goes to 16, the SEC has more representation. If it goes to 24, the Big Ten has more representation. So it's like naturally just makes sense.
Dude, honestly, like this whole thing could work out. Because like people think that like the Big Ten is like really dying to expand. They think that expansion is like inevitable, but they don't want to go to 16. They want 24.
Yeah, which I'm in agreement with.
Yeah. But my thing is, it might end up working out for all parties because
we just stay at 12.
Yeah, if we stay at 12, then like.
But here's the thing: is I don't think the current system of 12 teams is the right system. Like, because again, I don't like the G6 teams.
I think this year the 12 is perfect.
There's still one G6 team, right?
Yeah, because remember, this is the first year. Jesus. Well, it's actually not one G6 team. I don't think.
I thought it was.
It's the top 5. Yeah, one G16.
Yeah,
actually.
Top 5
whatever's. Unless it's top 5, but there's like the clause for Notre Dame to get in too. And
Notre Dame just has to be in the top 12, and they are guaranteed a spot because last year they were in the top 12 but didn't make it. But it'll kick out another at-large team. It won't kick out the G6 champion.
Yeah, honestly,
that's what I think. Again, we're so close.
They just need to put Notre Dame in this thing.
Yeah.
Like that's the last.
Yeah, that's what it should be. It should be the top 5, which is again, it's stupid because then you're catering to Notre Dame. So it's like the top 5 conference champions.
Then Notre Dame, like then Notre Dame would get in if they're ranked higher than the highest ranked G6 team. That's perfect. Because it's like the 4 power 4 would get one, and then either Notre Dame or the highest ranked G6.
Yeah, but then it's stupid because then like, what if Notre Dame's ranked 18th and Tulane is ranked 22nd?
Awesome. Notre Dame.
Again, I don't think at that point.
Wait, I'm saying like Notre. Well, then you're just putting in Notre Dame over Tulane. I'm saying like I'm using that to block one of the G6 teams.
And I get that, but you're allowing yourself to then open up the possibility of Notre Dame not being a top 12 team and still getting in.
Okay, that's fair. I guess you're right.
But again, I will say that I think that's a better alternative than having a G6 team in the playoff.
Yeah.
Why don't we just
right now? None of the 2014 models that even got. Oh, first of all, only one 2014 model got submitted, and it is one that still allows for G6 to get in. Like, they haven't even done the other one yet. The one that I've been referencing is the one where the G6 is in their own bracket.
Yeah,
that one's not even there yet. So like right now, it's like they're arguing between like the 24 with the G6 or the 12 with the way it's currently constructed. And to me, the 12 is fine.
Yeah,
I just don't want bitch about one.
Yeah, no, same. I agree because I think that whether it's the top 4 in the 12 team or the top 8 in the 24 team, there should be a bye. I think buys need to happen to incentivize the regular season, right? Otherwise, with the 16-team playoff, and this is something that we haven't really talked about, like people are worried about the regular season games not meaning anything. They're not going to mean anything if there's no bye to play for. Like teams are going to play hard at the end of the season fighting for in the 12 team, the top 4 bids, or in a 24 team, the top 8 bids, getting that bye.
Also, like the SEC people saying that like, oh, like we want the regular season to mean something. Well, make your rivalries more cult hero-y. Because Michigan and Ohio State will always mean the world because we make it mean the world.
Yeah,
like it's always
honestly the only 2 rivalries that will probably match it are Alabama Auburn and then the Red River rivalry. But that's different because it's played early in the season, which I do kind of like. But
I like the Red Riv being early. It gives you like a real like good like push through.
Yeah, it's also fun because that game is always like warm weather, sunny. It feels like it should be played at that time. Whereas like Ohio State, Michigan, I want it to be brutally cold and like just true Big Ten weather type of game.
I would love to play that game under the lights, bro. That's all I want to see before I die. Is like
Ohio State under the lights. I don't need that.
I want to see it one time, bro. I'm sorry.
I don't need that. A 3:30 to me, and I think we've had this conversation.
A 3:30 would be sick. 3:30 would be sick.
Optimal game time for me, for any Ohio State game, is 3:30. I don't like night games. It causes me to stress out the whole day.
Yeah.
And I'd rather, the game, because again, the game ends at 8 o'clock, or the game, if night game ends at 11, 12. And if they win, I want to go out and celebrate. And if they lose, I, just feel like I want to kill myself. And that's not fun at midnight, whatever. It's like you play at 3:30, you get to ride the highs for a little bit after. And if they lose, you get the night to kind of work through your thoughts. And I don't know. To me, 3:30 is the optimal time period.
I just want to see it bro, with global warming going the way it's going. It should be warm enough in November by the time I'm 50 to do that game at night.
That's true.
Let's see it. Commercial break me, super chat me, then we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Sounds good. Yeah, we got a Tribe game to watch. It's about to
yeah, dude, I'm about to put it on.
All right, we'll be right back after this.
I'm just curious. What do you guys do in May, June, and July? If you're a football junkie, we all know I am, Chris is, Pat is. Now, they like other sports. I'm not really a fan of watching early season baseball or NBA. Like, what do you do to get your sports fix? For me, I break down film. I love all 22 film. It's the film that the coaches study, and we got a library of it. And all off season long, every Wednesday night now, we do Bourbon and Ball, where we sip on some bourbon, break down a topic or a subject, and just expand our understanding of football. We just did the entire transfer portal series in the winter, all the transfers coming into Ohio State, breaking down their film, seeing how good they were last year, where they could fit in at Ohio State. And then we moved on to spring games. We did Ohio State spring game, Michigan spring game. We have a couple more I still want to break down, but the next phase is scheme, learning scheme. Up first is Arthur Smith, the new offensive coordinator at Ohio State. We're going to break down some of his NFL film and see what is Arthur Smith's identity on offense. How is he as a play caller? What is his sequencing like? I want to know what's the Arthur Smith impact for the 2026 season. If you want to get an in-depth coach's opinion and breakdown of a relevant topic like that. And furthermore, we're going to break down Matt Patricia's third down packages and what he did last year and where a guy like Earl Little Jr. may fit in this year. We got a bunch of scheme to break down the next couple months. And if you want to elevate your football knowledge, money back guarantee. You sign up, enjoy one Bourbon and Ball. If it's not worth the money, you just shoot me an email. I Venmo your money right back. It's literally free to try. You have no risk. So come hang out with us this next Wednesday. Is going to be the Arthur Smith breakdown of his offense, identity, sequencing, play calling, all of that. If you want to elevate your football knowledge, come hang out with me every Wednesday and expand your understanding of the game of football, the game we all love. What else do you do in the summer other than go to the beach, bang broads, watch football? And if you are a female, maybe you bang broads. I don't know. But it is definitely a fun time. Come check it out. Money back guarantee, menacesports.com. It's the Colonel tier, $25 a month. Sign up, check it out. You also can watch all of last year's breakdowns. I mean, there's so much content for $25 a month. Go check it out. And if you don't like it, like I said, money back guarantee. I'll Venmo your money right back. menacesports.com.
We're back. Let's do it. Super chat me, big dog.
Super chat time. Ryan, thanks for the 5. Do you guys have strikeout props every day on the Gamblers tier? Yes, we do. Every day. Normally it's like 2 to 4 picks posted. Today there's 2 afternoon games that literally just started. So if you're here now and you want to bet, Casey Mize 5+ strikeouts against the Guardians, and Braxton Ashcraft 6+ strikeouts against the Cardinals, or the 2 model plays today.
I fuck with Ashcraft, dude.
Dude, Ashcraft's nice. I have him in fantasy going today too.
I dropped him this week.
I forget, can you make daily ad drops in your league, or is it week?
Daily.
Okay, so one league I'm in, it's weekly. So any moves I make lineup wise now won't go into effect until next week, which is kind of annoying. The one thing you can do in this league, though, is if a guy goes on the IL, you can sub him out midweek for someone on your bench. But that's it. But yeah, dude, strikeout props have been killing it. I think like 63% or something this month. Fucking
damn. Okay.
Bang, bang. Chewy, thanks for the 5. Just wanted to pop in and say what's up, and I appreciate the consistent content. This SEC propaganda is so mentally exhausting to have to constantly hear.
Dude, I'm on the front lines, man. I gotta go link up with General Lamarice from the Northern Region. I gotta go link up, dude. I feel like me and bro are like fucking Obi. I keep doing the Star Wars references. Plo Koon and Kit Fisto. We're just like on opposite sides of the galaxy fighting our war. I'm ready to get back to the Jedi Temple with my guy General Lamarice and just regroup and like catch up. I'm gonna text him today. I am. I'm gonna text him right now. What should I say? Wait, guys. Wait. Pat, I'm a huge Doug Lamarice fan. What do I say, bro? I'm nervous. I've never just texted him like, "Hey, how are you?" I've never,
No, don't say that. Say something crazy to get his attention.
No. I'm scared. I'm crazy. Wait. No. Wait. Stop. This is a big deal. Hey, sir.
No.
Okay, no.
Don't say sir.
I want to say something to let him know that I appreciate the work he's doing on the front lines, but I don't know how to say it without being a freak.
I think any way you say that is going to come across as freakish, but you just got to lean into it.
Here's the thing. I love Doug Lamarice. He said we texted twice.
You literally should say General Lamarice. I appreciate the work you're doing on the front line, soldier, and send the salute emoji and just see what he says.
All right, dude. I got to make sure
just be outlandish. You're going to get a response that way.
General, I've watched the work you have put in. No, I can't do it. I'm actually scared, bro. I can't do it. I can't.
Oh, fuck.
You don't understand. Like it's him, Colin Coward, Jeff Kinsbach, Jim Rome.
Is that your Mount Rushmore?
I really love.
Is that your Mount Rushmore right there?
No, those are like my like who I aspire to be like in this space.
It's that's your Mount Rushmore of guys you inspire to be like.
Yeah, well, there's more. There's like the really like Sandra Miller, like Kathy Vogel. Like there's like some tanks in there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to muster up the courage to text him, like to like have him on the show at some point, but I also like just can't do. I'm fanning out. Sorry.
You gotta lock in.
Dude, it's Kit Fisto, dude.
He's Plo Koon.
No, I'm Plo Koon. That's Kit
you're
Fisto.
Plo Koon.
Yeah.
No, you got to be Kit, dude. Kit's my favorite. He was my favorite Jedi growing up.
That was the nice thing you've ever said to me. That was actually, I'm gonna cry. That was so nice.
I didn't mean it like that.
Plo Koon is my favorite though.
Okay, Kit Fisto is my favorite growing up because I had long hair. I had like longer hair than this growing up.
Yeah,
and I just viewed Kit Fisto as like his fucking like the dreads or whatever you want to call it.
That's sick.
Chewy, thanks for the 5. Also, did you guys get a chance to watch the finale of The Boys? Very disappointed on this final season. Too many plot holes.
No, dude, I gotta catch up.
Dude, I'm still on season 4. Like I haven't finished season 4 yet, so I'm way behind.
I'm still on season 4 also.
Yeah. Jordy on shoot. Thanks for the 2. Actually, Jim Harbaugh is Obi-Wan.
Shut up. Jim Harbaugh is Count Dooku.
I've never seen actually spelled that way before.
Me either. That shit fucking almost gave me a stroke. No, Harbaugh is Count Dooku.
He's too nerdy to be Count Dooku.
No, but just like what he represents. Here we go. Was Count Dooku good or evil?
I mean, he started as good.
And then he went evil, but he was still borderline good. He got with he got with Obi-Wan and said, "Join me, and we could take down the real Sith leader." Jim Harbaugh was doing all kinds of fuckery, evil stuff, but at the end, it was like,
but we don't know if he really meant that.
He meant it, and then because he knew how dangerous Palpatine was.
I know, but I don't think he fucked with Obi-Wan. He fucked with Qui-Gon.
Yeah, because if Qui-Gon was there, then Qui-Gon and him would have went to take down Senator Palpatine. But the point being, Harbaugh did all the fucked up shit, was evil, but at the same time, his sights were set on the real evil, which was the NCAA at the time, and the corruption within the NCAA. That's why he is Count Dooku. I'm killing this game right now. I'm not killing it.
I can see that.
Okay.
I just don't.
He's just nerdy. I know. I get it.
Elks, thanks for the 2. Definitely take him on my Colts. Sorsby greater than our quarterbacks.
Daniel Jones clears.
I mean, Sorsby's just an unproven version of Daniel Jones.
Yeah, a little rough. A little rougher. It's like you know, one hesitism, one likes. It's like one hesitism, one likes nicotine.
Yeah.
Right? Is that fair?
Yeah. One hesitism, the other's a complete degenerate.
Yeah, it's like if Daniel Jones was a bad boy. If Daniel Jones, here we go. Like if Daniel Jones drove a motorcycle as his first car instead of a Honda Civic, that would be Sorsby.
Yeah. It's if you morph Johnny Manziel with Daniel Jones, you get Brendan Sorsby.
You get Sorsby.
No. Doug C, thanks for the 5. Going to watch a Yankees game tonight. I'm in New York for the weekend.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah. I love New York.
Are you guys still playing Toronto tonight?
I think so.
Okay.
We lost last night 2-1.
You Savage owns you guys.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I'm so mad I dropped him in fantasy, bro.
Silly.
It was him, dude. I think I told you this. My 5 starting pitchers at the time were Gavin, Scooble, Glasnow, Kirby, and Chase Burns. I couldn't drop any 5 of them for Trey. And then, of course, I dropped Trey, and Scooble and Glasnow go on the IL.
Dude, Angel almost made a crazy play and left just now.
Oh, fuck. See, I'm like, my TV's on the other side.
He almost just robbed a home run, but I think kept it in the park. Someone just said you guys realized that Dooku was Palp's apprentice, right? Yes, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah, we know that, but he was also Jedi.
He was also Qui-Gon's.
Yeah.
He was Qui-Gon's master.
Yeah, he was going to say he was Qui-Gon's master before getting seduced to the dark side.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. I can contend that, like, Harbaugh went to the dark side because he needed to win. He started cheating. Right? Like, isn't that going to the dark side? He started breaking fucking all the rules.
Yeah.
Didn't he get seduced to the dark side?
I feel like he was always kind of the dark side, though.
I don't think he was doing dark side shit while at Stanford. I don't think there's any shot.
Where are we? Ben, thanks to 2. Mets suck. Go Nats.
Shout out the Mets, dude. They survived the 2 home run game from Juan Soto last night.
I know, bro. I fucking had I have Soto and Abrams on my fantasy team, so that actually worked out because Abrams also went yard last night.
I hate Juan Soto. Ben Rice is better.
Ben Rice screwed me last night, dude. I've been throwing these lotto home run parlays every day, and I had Soto. I mean, it didn't end up coming close, but it was a 4-legger with Soto, Rice, Nick Kurtz, and Trout.
You 1,000% should have called me about the fucking Rice versus you
Dude, he grade apparently. So there's this crazy model that
you could talk about how they grades. I've seen how Ben Rice looked against you Savage before.
What do you mean? He hit the first at bat. He squared him up.
Dog, the first time they faced each other in the playoffs, they thought they almost benched Ben Rice after his first at bat with how silly he looked.
Maybe that's why his odds were so good last night.
Probably, bro.
Ben Varga, thanks to 2. Doug, will you be the Dooku to my Qui-Gon?
I'm not texting him that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work up the courage to text him, bro. It has to be the right message.
Keel, thanks for the 2. Chris, you are chasing Whitlock.
You just called me Adolf Hitler, bro. Chill out. I am not. All right, let's do player comps. Who is your player comp for like personalities on the radio?
So for like you to someone else on the radio?
No, like who's you? Like who are you?
Oh, who am I?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Wait, can I give my comp for you?
Yeah.
I think you're Mike Greenberg.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you're Mike Greenberg.
Yeah.
I don't know who I am. I hope I'm not Stephen A, though, is what I'm.
No, you're not Stephen A.
Good. You're good. Nick Wright.
Damn.
I
don't know. I feel like that's a disservice towards you. And I like Nick Wright, but he's
I love Nick Wright.
I love him too. Sometimes he's just too fucking corny.
That's real. I mean, some
honestly, so are you. All right, you know what?
Some people say the same about me, good brother.
All right. Tyler, thanks for the 5. Glad to hear y'all's take on Sam. I think he is mid and will limit LSU's ceiling this year. Don't understand all the love for him.
Dude, I think it's because he did have such a magical year 2 years ago. And people fell in love with him. And that Arizona State team, like before Jordan Tyson got hurt, they were so fun. Him, Cam Scadaboo, and Tyson was fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Sam is a good player. I think there are probably 6-7 quarterbacks heading into next year that are better than him. So him being the second highest rated quarterback on that list was asinine.
Yeah, I agree.
Who would you rather have, Drew Mestamaker or Sam Levitt?
Mestamaker.
Same. I love Mestamaker.
There's not many people I would take over.
Yeah. Ben Vargo, thanks to 2. Doug, will you be the Commander Rex to my APO?
What about Fives? I feel like Fives and Rex have like a good bromance.
Dude, I need to watch. That's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm watching the Oceans movies right now. I'm going to watch Clone Wars after.
Dude, I'm watching Clone Wars, then I'm watching Bad Batch, then I'm watching Rebels.
Okay. Isn't Rebels before Bad Batch or no?
I don't know. I just know I just got to the episode in Clone Wars where the Bad Batch appears.
Batch. Yeah, okay.
And they are fucking sick, dude. I love them.
Yeah. I think wait, what season is that?
The last season.
Maybe I haven't seen that then.
You would know if you saw the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
They're just fucking deformed clones.
Yeah. Keel, thanks to the 2. Pat is Stu Gods.
Stu's legendary.
Why am I blanking on who that is?
Dan Le Batard's show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Stu Gods.
I like the Mike Greenberg comp better.
Yeah. You're very Mike Greenberg-y to me.
Yeah. Tyler, thanks to the 5. How many quarterbacks would y'all rather have had from the portal than Sam? They had him as the number 1 portal player. Well, here we go. I would have taken Mestamaker, Mensa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Not
if I would have taken Sorsby.
Hoover. Yep. Who else got a transfer quarterback?
I feel like that's it.
So maybe those 3.
Would you take Rocco Becht?
No. Sam Levitt's way better than Rocco Becht.
Yeah, I think he would be 4th.
Yeah.
And he could maybe convince me Sorsby, but
Cade,
thanks to the 2. Ahsoka is the one, bro.
Shout out Ahsoka, bro. I haven't watched her live action series yet, but I do fuck with Ahsoka, bro.
Yeah, she's badass.
Hey, bro, Cade is funny as fuck, bro. It's funny messing with Chris. He's retarded sometimes. I do fuck with Ahsoka though.
Yeah, no, Ahsoka's sick.
Yeah.
That's all the super chats we got.
A good amount of Patterday flair today.
Yeah, it's a good little episode.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. All right, that's all.
Get me out of here, bro.
Yeah, let's do it. Like the video while you're here. Retweet if you're watching on Twitter. Yeah, actually, everyone like the video right now so Zach doesn't.
Please like
this
and
is
leave a
favorite
comment.
Thing is fucking dunking on us because we don't get enough likes. Because
honestly, just throw them off by dropping who your favorite character in Star Wars is. Or like give me like a Star Wars and college football comp. Right.
All right. Yeah, there we go. The question, or I guess comment of the day.
Yeah.
Compare college football players and or coaches to Star Wars characters.
Right. I'm trying to think like who do we got, dude?
All right. Who's the Anakin of college football this year?
Anakin of college football? It's Jeremiah Smith.
I can't get that
chosen one.
I can't get that edit out of my head. It's not even an edit. The fucking with the thing that Ohio State posted the other day.
Yeah. Super tough. But that's all we got. Get me out of here, bro.
All right. This has been a good Patter Day. I'm Pat. That's Chris. Thanks for watching. Menace out.
Peace.